Okay, kids, are we ready to do an action song for Krishna?
Yes.
Yes? This action song has all the names of Krishna. There are many more, but all the words here are names of Krishna. Let's start with him as a baby. Ready? Nanda lala, Nanda lala, Nanda lala, Nanda lala, Nanda lala, Nanda lala, Nanda lala. To bolo Nanda lala, Nanda lala, Nanda lala, Nanda lala, Nanda lala, Nanda lala. To bolo Makhan chora, Makhan chora, Makhan chora, Makhan chora, Makhan chora, Makhan chora, Makhan chora. To bolo Makhan chora, Makhan chora, Makhan chora, Makhan chora, Makhan chora, Makhan chora, Makhan chora re. To bolo Govardhana Giridhari, Govardhana Giridhari, Govardhana Giridhari, Govardhana re. To bolo Govardhana Giridhari, Govardhana Giridhari, Govardhana Giridhari, Govardhana re. To bolo Bansi bajaya, Bansi bajaya, Bansi bajaya, Bansi bajaya, Bansi bajaya, Bansi bajaya, Bansi bajaya re. To bolo Bansi bajaya, Bansi bajaya, Bansi bajaya, Bansi bajaya, Bansi bajaya, Bansi bajaya, Bansi bajaya re. To bolo Kalya Mardanam, Kalya Mardanam, Kalya Mardanam, Kalya Mardanam. To bolo Kalya Mardanam, Kalya Mardanam, Kalya Mardanam, Kalya Mardanam. To bolo Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna, Radhe. Don't get up. Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna. Sitting and doing dandiya. Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna. Oh, Krishna's blindfolding me. Was that a fun song? Thank you.
Krishna Krishna. Hari Om children, welcome back to story time. You remember last time what had happened? The 8th child of Mother Devaki manifested and they all saw Bhagwan as a little baby, but he had come with all his emblems, the conch, the discus, the club and the lotus flower. And he was looking so radiant, and quickly Vasudev took that little baby to Gokul and brought Yashoda Maiya's little baby back to Devaki Maiya now. And when Devaki Maiya kept that baby, you remember how that baby screamed and cried, wah, 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 wah. And Devaki Mata is trying to calm her down. Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, please don't cry. The guards will wake up. But all the guards woke up and they went and told Kamsa. And Kamsa came running. His crown was falling down. You remember his dhoti or pants were also falling down and he was holding on to them and his upper cloth was falling down. And hey, child of Devaki, hey, child of Devaki, hey, child of Devaki. He was so afraid of a little child. He was so afraid of his own death. And he didn't mind killing so many people and children. See how people are? And when he came inside, where's the 8th child? Where's the 8th child? Where's the 8th child? Vasudev immediately told him, please please spare this 8th child. Devki mother was holding the child. He came to snatch the child. Devki Mata was holding the child very close. Please, please don't take this baby of mine. He said, it's a girl? The 8th child who's going to kill me is a girl? A girl is going to kill me. He was so proud and arrogant. But he did not know what a girl can do. Devki Maya also held very closely that little baby, more dearer than her own children. This was her little baby girl. She held on. It was Yashoda's baby girl. She held on very close to her. But Kamsa said, girl going to do anything to me? But again, his wicked mind, you never know. A girl can become a boy can become a girl. I do not know what this God may be up to. And so he went and he thought that like the other children, he is going to take this girl and, we don't want to talk about that, do we? But he tried to snatch that little baby by her feet, but whoosh, she slipped off his hand and he didn't know what happened. And she flew into the sky and appeared in the form of the mighty Devi, the goddess, with 8 pairs of hands, each hands having different weapons in her hand and shining brilliant with her jewels and jewelry and her crown. Kamsa did not know what happened. He was looking, where did the baby go? And then he heard a roaring sound from up above, and he looked above. Vasudeva looked above. Devki Mata looked above. And there was this shining, resplendent Devi. And she said, laughing away at Kamsa, ha, 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 Kamsa, you think that I'm an helpless baby? What are you trying to kill me? Your death has already taken birth. Kamsa, and laughing with a roaring laughter, looking beautiful and yet powerful, having created in the heart of this terrorist Kamsa, she created terror in his heart, and she left from there on her magnificent lion. Kamsa was so frightened, and now that he was frightened about his life, he said, my sister, my brother-in-law, you know what? Life and death is not in anybody's hand. I know your earlier children have been killed, but everybody comes with their own destiny, and after all, the body dies, but the Atma, the self, never dies. Now, if you can give such knowledge to Mother Devki and Vasudev, whose children this Kamsa has killed out of fear of his own death, then why don't you give your own mind this instruction? It is true that spirit, that life in us never dies. It is only the body dies. Then why was Kamsa afraid? Because his teachings were for others, not for himself. And it does happen, no, now and then, that when things go bad, we suddenly become very nice. But when Kamsa returned back to his palace, all his Rakshasas and those demons and those wicked friends of his gathered around him, and he told them that a child is born and disappeared somewhere. I don't know where. And that little child was a girl, and that girl became a magnificent, mighty, powerful Devi, and she disappeared. So I do not know, but she said that the eighth child is born and is safe. And he said, he doesn't want to die. His friend said, don't you worry. All these wicked friends, he said, don't you worry. We will go and kill any child that we see that has been born for some time, any infant, any child, we will go and kill them. And you know, the worst of them was his nanny. She was terrible. And he called her and he said that all the parents will be protecting their children. No, they will be protecting their children. So you go and you can take different forms. She said, don't you worry. I brought up a person like you. I can handle children, and children love me. And love her? She was such a wicked ogress. And you know what she did? She poisoned her breast and would go and give poison milk to children. But meanwhile, while Kamsa is planning all these wicked things to harm, to kill children and take away children from their parents, there in Gokul, when Yashoda maiyaa woke up, she knew that she had delivered a child, but she didn't know because she had gone to sleep and everybody had gone to sleep. But when Nanda Baba and Yashoda maiyaa saw this little dark baby, so beautiful, with such big eyes like lotus petals, was looking so beautiful. Oh, she was so happy. She got a baby after such a long time. And all the village people, all the cowherd men and women who loved their chief Nanda Baba and their dear Yashoda maiyaa, and after many years they had a baby. It was like the baby of the village. It was the baby of the town. Everybody came to celebrate the birth of the baby of Mother Yashoda. And people came from different places. They came from everywhere. Some bought curd, some bought milk, some bought such lovely gifts. And even children all around went collecting their toys. Their fathers had made them some toys. Their mummies had made them some stuffed toys. And they brought even their toys because their Krishna was born. And they just knew that the child of Yashoda maiyaa and Nanda Baba, who are so loving towards their people, will also be loving and will be the friend of all. And all these little children also came with their parents, and all of them dressed so well. These cowherd men were called as Gopa, and these cowherd women were called as Gopis. And these little Gopa boys and girls, they were so excited. We are going to see a baby. We are going to see a baby. We are going to see Yashoda Maiyya's baby. And they came there, and there were lines and lines of people with gifts, and all the ladies were decorating with flowers and with rangoli patterns on the ground. You can also do that at home. Then you can feel that Krishna has come to your house. You make a cradle, you make there lovely, lovely decorations, put your stars and glitters all around whatever you have at home, and see that you make a nice cradle. And don't forget, go and bring your toys later on and see that you play with Krishna. And know that when you love Krishna, he comes to your house. You can play with Krishna, play with your toys, talk to him, because he's still a little baby. And when they brought all these toys, everybody else was decorating, everybody was feeding everybody. Yashoda Maiyaa was so happy to show her little baby to everybody, and everybody is coming. All these gopi aunties are pulling his cheek gently. He's so cute. Some coming and touching his soft lotus feet. Others holding his little cute hands. Others saying, oh, he's so pretty. And do you know, even Shivji, Bhagwan Shiv, to see this sight, he also comes to see the Lord of the universe as a little cute little baby that you can hold in your hands. Do you want to hold this baby in your hands? Very little, so you have to hold gently. You have to keep a cloth, and then you hold in your hand this little baby Krishna. But Krishna at that time knew what was happening to all the other children. This Putana was coming and on her way picking up children and giving them poison milk. And nobody was understanding why the children were falling sick, why the children were just falling down. And she was coming closer and closer and closer to Gokul. Krishna was seeing this. Krishna could not see. He started crying, warning Mummy, now don't hand me over to everybody, because everybody who's coming is not nice. They can be harmful. But all the Gopa boys, all the Gopa men, all the gopis, they had brought so many gifts. Everybody wanted to see Krishna. But Krishna started crying. Those gopis started rocking his cradle. Yashoda Maiyaa took him into his arms, but he still was crying. The little children came there with all their dolls and stuffed toys. And they, brought what? Some brought wooden horses. Some brought stuffed elephants, hathi. Some bought stuffed horses, goda. Some even made small palkins, small chariots, small cradles to put their Krishna in it and to put Krishna's toys in it. So they brought all these little gifts. But Krishna was crying, and these little children are saying, don't cry, little baby. Don't cry, little baby. Don't cry. And they all brought these toys. Some bought some jingles to play with him. Some bought these toys, and they started singing that, look, what have we brought for you? Come, let's sing for Krishna. He's crying because of the other babies. Let's sing for Krishna. Let's sing for Krishna. Yeah? Hathi Goda Pal ki, Jai Kanhaiya Lal ki. Hathi Goda Pal ki, Jai Kanhaiya Lal ki. Sing. As Krishna is crying. Let's sing for him. Come. They brought all the toys. They even brought him a teddy bear. And they gave him to cuddle because teddy bear cuddles are so good. So they gave the teddy bear and they said, see, we have brought for you cuddly, cuddly elephants, cuddly, cuddly teddy bears. We have brought you also cuddly, cuddly horses. And we have brought you little, little puppies. But Krishna was still crying. So they started singing. Let us sing. And we stopped Krishna from crying. Okay. हाथी घोड़ा पाल की जय कन्हैया लाल की, 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 हाथी घोड़ा पाल की जय कन्हैया लाल की. Everybody was clapping and they were dancing around Krishna. But Krishna, stop crying. Kanhaiya, stop crying. But he was crying because who was coming? Putana. But all the children were dancing and singing. हाथी घोड़ा पाल की जय कन्हैया लाल की, 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 हाथी घोड़ा पाल की. They were singing. But meanwhile, while there was all these celebrations going on, Nanda Baba knew that Kamsa would be waiting for taxes, and before Kamsa and people come here to collect taxes, he quickly went with all the Gopas, some of his chief Gopas, and to Mathura to pay taxes. Now, most of the people, the menfolk also had gone away. So all the mothers, all the aunties, all the gopis, the little gopas and gopis were playing with Krishna. Hathi Ghoda Palaki, Jai Kanhaiya Lal Ki. But Krishna didn't stop crying. He never cried when he was born. But here he was crying that this Putana is coming. This Putana is coming. Please protect the children. Please protect the children. But everybody was busy singing what? Hathi Ghoda Palaki, Jai Kanhaiya Lal Ki, Hathi Ghoda Palaki, Jai Kanhaiya Lal Ki, Hathi Ghoda Palaki, Jai Kanhaiya Lal Ki. But Krishna did not stop crying. And when Putana heard that there is a baby in Nanda Baba and Yashoda's house, and all these people are flocking and they're singing and dancing, she dressed herself up so beautifully, dressed herself in silken saris with lots of ornaments, a lot of makeup, and a fancy hairdo also, and with lots of bangles and anklets, and twinkling away and shaking her hips. She came as though she's a very elite woman, some queen of some place, and with all her acting, she came, and Krishna started crying even loudly. But everybody was wondering why Krishna is crying. And they can't keep him quiet even with all the toys. But this Putana, she came. Everybody thought that she is some very great woman, some queen or something. So nobody stopped her. And everybody was welcome in Yashoda Maiya's house. And she came there and doing all her nakras, all her fancy acting. She came and said, "Oh, Yashoda, you do not know how to look after a baby. The baby is crying. Come, give me your baby. I'll quieten your baby." And everybody thought that she is such a pretty woman and she would look after this baby. So Yashoda Maiya handed, and she said, Don't worry, I'll just take him. There's too much noise here. I'll just take him into the corner there and put him to sleep. And what did she do in the corner? That wicked Putana, while no one was watching, she started feeding Krishna her poison milk. Krishna immediately closed his eyes. And do you know why he closed his eyes? First of all, she looked beautiful, but she was wicked and ugly inside. And the little baby Krishna knew. Kanhaiya knew. He can see the inside of everybody. So he closed his eyes. He also closed his eyes. You know why? Because she was just about to give him bitter milk. Poison milk. So, even the thought of it, bitter milk. And you know, he also closed his eyes because he wanted to warn, because in Krishna is the entire universe. So he didn't want the poison milk to go, because whatever we feed Krishna reaches everybody. So he closed his eyes to hold his throat so that the poison milk does not affect any other children. And he also closed his eyes to think that this terrible Putana, what has she done that she is going to feed the Lord of the universe her milk? And she can hold that Lord of the universe as a little baby and give her milk. What has she done in her previous life? So he was looking. While this terrible Putana, she started feeding the milk to Krishna. Krishna held on to her and started not only sucking the poisonous milk, but went on drinking. Slurp, slurp, slurp. Drank all the milk. And this Putana suddenly felt like as though her life breath is being sucked out. She's suddenly, she started feeling, what's happening to me? Leave me, leave me, leave me, leave me, leave me. She tried to pull this baby out of her chest. But little baby had held on to her. And as though saying that once I catch someone, I don't leave. Once I catch someone, I don't leave. She said, leave me, leave me, leave me. And she started feeling so suffocated that she dashed out of the room there. Everybody was frightened, her screaming away. Her hair suddenly turned red and into matted like hair, and she was going wild, and she turned into this huge, humongous, ugly creature. And she was screaming away, screaming. Everybody got frightened, didn't know what happened. And everybody's looking, where is that baby Kanhaiya? Where is that baby Kanhaiya? Where's baby Kanhaiya? They didn't know where he is. And they said, that woman, she had taken him. And who's that woman? They went outside and they could see her running like a huge mountain, her hair like clouds. And they could not see that little baby. And she was screaming away, leave me, leave me, leave me. And that little baby was holding on. Once I catch someone, I don't leave. And she finally fell down, crushing so many trees under her. And when she fell down and collapsed, died there, and all the gopis, along with Yashoda maiyaa, where is our baby? Where is our baby? Where is our baby? They saw that on that terrible black body, she was lying down. And little dark Krishna, shining like a glowing jewel was sitting there. That little baby, not sitting but just lying there. And with his thumb in his mouth, he was sitting there, lying down there. They immediately went and took the baby. Yashoda maiyaa, she was, what happened to my baby? I'm never going to let go of my baby. What happened to my baby? Who was this woman? Who was this? And started crying. Why, this is my baby, my baby. And she said, and everybody was saying, thank God he is saved. And she also said, thank God he is saved. And the little baby blinked and as though said, you're welcome. Because whomever they thanking was that little baby. And they said, thank God. And then they brought all auspicious things. They sprinkled water on him. Everybody's, evil eye must be on this child. Who brought this baby here? And started looking after him. And they did all sprinkling of water, sacred water on him. They brought cows there and swirled the tail of the cow around him, and they all chanted some beautiful prayers for the well-being of that little baby. Let us also chant that our little babies all be healthy, all be happy. And the children started singing again, and now Krishna was enjoying their singing. What? Hathi Goda Palaki, Jai Kanhaiya Lal Ki. And everybody was doing Jai Jaikar because that terrible Putana was harming all the children, had fallen down and was dead. And here the little baby Krishna was victorious. So everybody said, Jai Kanhaiya Lal Ki. So you also say, Kanhaiya Lal Ki. Say, Kanhaiya Lal Ki. I can't hear it. Kanhaiya Lal Ki Jai. Yes. So everybody was singing. Hathi Goda Palaki, Jai Kanhaiya Lal Ki. 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 Hathi Goda Palaki, Jai Kanhaiya. Let me hear it. Jai Kanhaiya Lal Ki. Hathi Goda Palaki, Jai Kanhaiya Lal Ki. Hathi Goda Palaki, Jai Kanhaiya Lal Ki. Hathi Goda Palaki, Jai Kanhaiya Lal Ki. And all of them together prayed the prayer we know. Let everybody be happy. No one be harmed. Let us see goodness everywhere. Let us do good to everybody. And let all wickedness, evil end in this world. May we never see anyone suffering. And if we do, let us do something to remove their suffering. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhaved. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Krishna Krishna.
Okay kids, are we ready to do an action song for Krishna?
Yes.
Yes? This action song has all the names of Krishna. There are many more, but all the words here are names of Krishna. Let's start with him as a baby. Ready? Nanda lala, Nanda lala, Nanda lala, Nanda lala, Nanda lala, Nanda lala, Nanda lala. To bolo Nanda lala, Nanda lala, Nanda lala, Nanda lala, Nanda lala, Nanda lala, Nanda lala. तो बोल मक्खन चोरा 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 रे तो बोल मक्खन चोरा 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 रे तो बोल गोवर्धन गिरिधारी गोवर्धन गिरिधारी गोवर्धन गिरिधारी गोवर्धन रे तो बोलो गोवर्धन गिरिधारी गोवर्धन गिरिधारी गोवर्धन गिरिधारी गोवर्धन रे तो बोलो बंसी बजाया 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 रे तो बोलो बंसी बजाया 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 रे तो बोलो कालिया मर्दनम कालिया मर्दनम कालिया मर्दनम तो बोलो कालिया मर्दनम कालिया मर्दनम कालिया मर्दनम कालिया मर्दनम तो बोलो राधे कृष्ण राधे कृष्ण राधे कृष्ण राधे don't get up राधे कृष्ण राधे कृष्ण राधे कृष्ण sitting and doing dandiya राधे कृष्ण 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 Oh, Krishna's blindfolding me. Was that a fun song? Thank you.